Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be a big bunch of food. And the first thing that I'm going to show you is I made Mississippi chicken. Now I know that this recipe goes around a lot with all different kinds of meat. I've done this with beef and pork, but I had never made this with chicken before. But I had seen Kim on the WODs. I know you guys probably watch her. And she used chicken, and I was like, man, that sounds really good. That sounds real good, as she would say. And I was so excited. So I, of course, had to make that. And you just, put your 1 pack of au jus. This is my homemade ranch seasoning, so I just dumped the rest of that on there. And the pepperoncinis, you just put as many as you'd like. I suggest if you've never made this to not go crazy on that, especially if you have children, because sometimes you can get it really spicy, and sometimes it's just perfect. So, my advice would be to start off little, 4 or 5 on top, a little bit of the juice maybe, and then build up from there the next time if it's not spicy enough for you. But just put a whole stick of butter on that, put the lid on it, and that went for pretty much the whole day. We enjoyed this so much. This was a very busy day also. We had to change out our pool liner for our above ground pool. $700, guys. I wanted to cry, okay? Not only am I trying to come home off the road from my job, but it just seems like everything is trying to break or fall apart around here. So, that's stressful, but that is life. That is how things go. So, that's the last you'll see of the chicken, because I did not get a finished product of that. But the next night, I made a Nacho Table. Now, I know that this was going around probably a couple years ago, pre-pandemic. Everybody was making this. And every once in a while, I do this for my kids. They love nachos. And it's so much easier just to put it out. It's less cleanup for me, less dirty dishes. And I just put the foil out on the table and load the nachos up, and they eat it so good. And they just sat and talked. And usually if I give them a plate of food, they want to run straight to the living room. I know. It's horrible. I've worked for the last 3 years, 3 or 4 days a week out of town. My kids have been helped raised by my parents, and all the mama and papa love that they get, and they're spoiled rotten. So I'm trying to bring them back in. But this was perfect because it brought them all to the table. They talked. Guys, they had like a jalapeno eating war. Like, who could eat the most jalapenos before they drank? And it was just such a good time. So this was really something that it was just beneficial all the way around. For me, for cleanup, for the kids, they just got together and they enjoyed themselves, and I enjoyed them, listening to them and watching them. We had such a good time with this. So if you need that, if you need to just kind of ring your kids back in and stop them from grabbing their plate and trying to run into the front of the TV, make this, because this will have them sitting right at that table. And we just had such a good time. And I rolled this up and we threw it out, and it was such an easy cleanup. And Mommy was happy about that because I was wore out. My blood sugars have been so high lately, and I've had such a headache. And the last 3 years truck driving has really took a toll on me. You didn't know you were coming for a health update, did you guys? You did not know, but we're all friends here, so we can talk about this kind of stuff. But, I have gained some weight truck driving and through the pandemic, and just a lot of unknowns and uncertainties and stress with, having 8 little humans that need me and rely on me. And it's put a little bit of weight on me, and my body is starting to really take a toll. So I got to get back on track. I did keto for a while, and I was pretty successful with that. At one point in my life, I had lost over 200 pounds. So I know that I can get this weight off of me. I'd like to lose about 85 pounds. So we're going to work on that. So there may be some of that come up. I don't know if you guys will really be interested in that. Let me know below. And we'll just do it. We'll do that. container that I dumped in there was taco meat that I had made the day before. I had 2 of those. My husband just took one with him to work for California trip that he went on. So I just added that to our taco meat so that it didn't get wasted. And it was about 2 pounds altogether, I guess. And then I heated up that cheese sauce I get from Sam's Club that my husband absolutely loves. So I went ahead and heated those both up. And you're going to see me, I just go over there to the table and put out the chips and layer it with the meat and cheese. And what I did was I took and squeezed, sour cream in a few areas so that the kids could all reach it.
Table tonight,
and then I did the same with some hot sauce, and I had some jalapenos on the table, and they just absolutely loved it. You're going to see them all around the table. I went ahead and I did record them a little bit around the table. Now, I don't know how much of my children you guys are going to really see on my channel, but I'm not totally against having them here, but I don't really want to put a whole lot of them on here. But this was my daughter, my teenager. She thought she was so cool. She said, I'm going in and out, Mom, so there's some cool effects. And I was like, Riley, not too much. This isn't TikTok, okay? Because she's all about TikTok. And I said, you're going to make everybody sick. This is a YouTube video. And so she's fired, because that was crazy and everybody is dizzy now. So here's the cheese dip. And I'll show you here in just a second. It'll show the kids around there just eating it up. And they did so good this night. It was a joy. It was a joy, guys. Do this for your children. They will love you for it. And they'll think that you're crazy at first. Because the first time I did this, my kids were like, we're all going to eat. And they just were dumbfounded by it. But here are all my sweet babies, guys. All 8 of my sweet babies. I got 4 boys and 4 girls. Now tell me I'm not blessed. And they absolutely love the Nacho Table. These are my twins in the red. If you can't tell, of course, they're so big. So that was some pictures of birthday food. This is a charcuterie board I made. Some beans and macaroni and cheese. And then I made some deviled eggs for the birthday party. And coming up is all the birthday cakes I made for my 3 kids that had birthdays. Liam and Luke. Had some rotten bananas. So this is what I made with those. And some homemade cilantro, guacamole. And this is steak tips with zucchini spirals. That all went really fast. I almost got really choked up. But this was what I made this morning before we went to the lake today. I just made some biscuits and put some cheese and eggs and bacon on it. And we took these in the car and we went to the lake and we had such a fun time. And I just wanted to show you guys this because this is so easy. I thought, well, I'll just run through McDonald's and pick something up. But no. You don't need to run through McDonald's because I had everything here that I needed to do this. It was a lot cheaper. My ex-husband, who was getting our 3 children for the weekend, he came over. I fed everybody. This was for 9 kids and 2 adults, and it was pennies. So that's all for today in this video. I'll see you guys in the next